Ben Shapiro is here, host of the Ben Shapiro Show. Ben, great to have you on set. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate
it. Great to see you. You know, what's your overall takeaway as you look at this, and particularly with a view to what we have seen as anti-Semitism and the anti-Semitic problem in New York City?
I mean, I think that many of the things that people are seeing as sort of a bug of the Mamadani campaign, how could he be elected while saying all these anti-Semitic things? That's a feature. The progressive left, the wild progressive left that was tapped in the primaries and then spurred him to victory in the general. That progressive left is very, very fond of anti-Semitism. They're totally fine with not only anti-Israel feeling, but obviously with a candidate for mayor who said to you on the show that he obviously doesn't really care whether Hamas disarms. Like that was something that he didn't mind talking about, which is kind of an incredible thing.
You know, when you break this vote down, not just in New York City and Virginia and New Jersey as well, we see this young vote, massive young vote, supporting Democrats. And when we came out of 2024, the message was really that there was this resurgence of sort of young conservatives out there. So what's going on?
So I think what the polling is showing is that young people in particular are just unsettled. And what that means is that if they don't get what they want from one party, then they're going to swivel and they will turn and they will vote for the other party. So Joe Biden was very unpopular. The inflation had really eaten away at people's livelihoods. And so people turned in favor of President Trump. I think that there are some warning signs here for young voters for 2026, even 2028, depending on the performance of the Trump administration. But one of the things that you're seeing with Mamadani, one of the things that you're seeing with I think, a lot of politicians.
Chair stream, baby, you already know. Stop booing.
These days is if you just say the problem, but don't offer a solution, that might be enough. If you just say affordability, 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 and then your solutions are absolutely ridiculous, like tried and true failures, people don't care about the solutions. They just care that you empathize with the problem. The problem is that if you never solve it, then you are going to continue to see this kind of pendulum swing for young people from right to left and then back to right and then back to left.
It's like a generation of people, this is a big generalization, but who want to hear that they're seen.
Yes, yes. And also who have been told.
As long as you feel seen, it's okay.
I think that's right. And I think they've.
That's so, oh, wow. I love when Republicans go back to their roots, right? These are like the OG Republican takes. Oh, well, young people actually just want to simply be seen. They're so stupid. They're so stupid and dumb. They don't know any better. They don't know what's good for them. Like that kind of politics is the OG right-wing politics, okay? They just want unicorns. They just want all the things to be free. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, no, man. They just want someone to address how expensive things are. That's it. That's it. That's all this is, you know? It's so stupid. But it's cool that, like, the left flank of the Democrats forced the Republican commentariat to sound like the original annoying establishment Democrats, but now on the right-wing flank.
Been so told by their politicians, only I can solve the problem. So I see your problem, and it's not solvable by you. It's only solvable by me. And then, inevitably, it's not solvable by politicians, and then people get dissatisfied, so they turn to, the other politician. And, I'm sort of waiting for more candidates to arise who say, actually, most of the problems in your own life are solvable by you, actually, and you should take more action.
This is awesome. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Individual responsibility. Individual responsibility. Individual responsibility, baby. That's it. That's the OG. That's the OG right-wing message. Oh, get your bootstraps. Get your bootstraps. Like, this is something that Donald Trump has never done. Have you ever heard Donald Trump say, that's right, we're going to bring back the bootstraps. We're going to make you work again. Good things are not possible. This is horrible.
In your own life to make it better.
I'm curious what you think about Mamadani and his rhetoric and the speech last night, which the beginning of it was a lot of thank yous and hope for the future. And then all of a sudden it kind of took this pretty dramatic turn. And that did not go unnoticed by Van Jones. Watch.
The Mamadani that we saw on the campaign trail, who was a lot more calm, who was a lot warmer.
Can I say bootstraps? You're busy blaming others for the problem? Yeah, exactly. But every moment that you're falsely blaming immigrants is a moment where you're not saying the working poor are too poor and too lazy. Ben Shapiro is going back to the OG Country Club Republican narrative, which is the working poor are poor and lazy.
Who was a lot more embracing, was not present in that speech. His tone was sharp. I think he was using the microphone in a way that he was almost yelling. And that's not the Mamadani that we've seen on TikTok and the great interviews and stuff like that. So I felt like there's a little bit of a character switch here.
Sharp, and that he noted kind of a bit of a character switch. What do you think happened now that Mamadani is relieved from the burden of the campaign?
I think that he is saying all the quiet parts out loud now. I mean, he was largely through the campaign, but you could kind of gloss it with the smarmy smile and all of that. But now he's just saying everything out loud. I mean, the line in that speech where he said,
It's awesome. Rosenberg, Cook, Van On, take.
I got a button for all of the big billionaires and gazillionaires this morning. Congratulations, you played yourself. You could have used that money on something more productive than a losing last.
Oh, dude, that's actually cool as brother. This is cool as hell. You got Charlemagne the guy, you got Rose, like you got the commentariat. That's you bro. No, I know. I think Rosenberg speaks on this. I assume later. Yeah, he does.
Congratulations, you play.
But this is the hip hop podcast vanguard, dude. This is New York. This is New York royalty for radio.
This morning. Congratulations, you played yourself. You could have used that money on something more productive than losing last night.
Oh, boy. I'd like to talk to Van Jones today. I want to talk to him.
Why? What happened?
He's a certifiable bitch, Van Jones. I can't take this dude anymore. No, I'm tired of it. I can't take it. He does this all the time. Last night was after Mamadani's speech where I'm sitting there in bed trying not to wake up my wife, clapping on my phone like, oh, my God, this is Obama in 04 at the convention. They found someone. This guy's got it. He went for it. That was a very disappointing speech. That was an opportunity lost by Van Jones. I mean, by Mamadani. He had an opportunity to bring people together, and he decided to go the other direction. He was not a unifier like he said he would be. I'm very disappointed. Van Jones.
Also, look at this. Any moment that you are on camera on CNN where they do a side-by-side and that Scott Jennings has a eating grin, you should immediately reverse your commentary. You should turn around, and if you see him smiling like that, going, yeah, this is going to be used up by all the Fox News right-wing broadcasters tomorrow, you should just stop saying what you're saying mid-sentence, go, guys, I think I just stroked out. Everything I just said leading up into this moment, that wasn't me. That was the brainworm talking. That wasn't me. That was a stroke. I meant the exact opposite of that. Okay?
I'm very disappointed. Van Jones specifically referenced and Axelrod echoed the tone of his voice. He didn't have the soft, friendly tone he has. He had a loud voice.
Oh, man, shut your ass up. He was on the microphone getting the crowd hype. Hit them with the button. Van Jones, you get the bag from Bezos and APAC, bro. We know where you get the bag from. And CNN has new.
What the is going on, bro? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What the is is woke here? Is woke back? Is dark woke back? He said you got the bag from Jeff Bezos and APAC. Do you know maybe like 2 years ago how little, like the total number of people that could say that about Van Jones as a line of attack 2 years prior to today is a handful of people in the media. Okay, no disrespect to these guys. No disrespect to these guys, but like the 100 million from Jeff Bezos, even people in this community probably didn't know about that. And 2 years ago, they never would have even been like, you got the bag from APAC as a line of attack. Wow. Wow. A second woke has hit the towers? Bro, this is woke 2. This is woke 2.0. Oh my God. Like, on Van Jones for his dumbass commentary aside, which is great on its own. But then to tie that up with, you got the bag from APAC and Jeff Bezos? I'm done. My work here is done. I don't need to do anything, okay? My job is done. What more can I say? What more can I say? Ebro's got me. Oh, wow. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Whoo, goddamn.
Leadership, so they trying to keep that platform. They don't want to get ran out of it.
I know.
Never thought you'd retire in Washington, D.C. of all places, did you? Oh, speaking of, my job here is done. I'll let Joe Scarborough take it from here. Okay, guys? Because it turns out ADL's Jonathan Greenblatt riles up Morning Joe after announcing the Mamadani monitor and says his victory could endanger Jewish New Yorkers, which is insane. Been telling y'all most celebrities are your class enemies. 50 Cent, RIP New York City. Mark Lamont Hill reposting ADOS Advocacy Foundation CEO. Oh my God. This is who ran Cuomo's campaign. Is she responsible for the Hassan obsession? Yes. This is Bella Cuomo. I believe this is Andrew Cuomo's niece, right?
Andrew Cuomo's niece?
Yes.
Wow, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, we ran a great campaign, and no matter how it goes, we're winners.
Right. And so you're hoping for the...
See, now, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not. That's it. I'm just saying I'm not saying nothing. That's a Nepo baby right there, though.
Best? Obviously, I'm hoping for the best, but I feel good about what we did and the message that we put out. And, you know, if you feel good about what you did, then you feel good about what you did.
How is candidate Andrew as an uncle?
He's a great uncle. I mean, we've definitely gotten closer. I actually had a really great time working for him. And yeah, it was stressful, but it was also fun, and we had a good work culture.
Bro, that's crazy. Yes, bro, she's bad. She's fucking bad, okay? Yes, it's the elephant in the room. Yes, we got it. There's no reason to be creepy, okay? Stop being weird. Because aside from that aspect, did we pick the wrong team? Okay, Marge, you are not helping. You are not helping, okay? Because sure, she's bad. Except, you know what else? She's a bad campaign manager, okay? Like a really bad campaign manager. Not even a baddie. I mean, a bad campaign manager, okay? Straight up. It's crazy the way she's talking about it, like, oh yeah, we had such a good time. We had such a good time running the campaign. So no, I'm not going to lean into misogyny, and I'm going to say it like it is. Okay, her attractive looks have nothing to do with this. She was a horrible campaign manager if she actually did run the campaign. And why in the ever-loving was just the campaign for the last like month was just like, hey, we've run out of options. Let's just keep saying ZOHRAN Mamadani is a Mohammedan surrounded by terrorists who love to do 9/11 and want to do 9/11 11 more times. That was a horrible campaign. It was just bad in general. It was like, it was bad vibes. It was bad for discourse. It made things way more toxic. This is the reaction of someone who lives a comfortable life and the results of the election are inconsequential to her comfortable Nepo baby lifestyle. If ZOHRAN lost, a lot of New Yorkers couldn't react like, oh, well, it was fun.
Really liked everyone on the team, and that's all you can ask.
Let's say he doesn't win, what do you think he'll do?
You know, he does like consulting and stuff. He does fine, but this is what he loves, and this is what he was meant to do, so you got to try to do what you...
Oh my God, what are we doing? So you're saying she definitely knows who you are? I mean, I don't know if she was the one directing the Hassan did 9/11 attacks, but
you love to do, you know?
All right, good luck.
But like this energy right here is kind of, this energy right here kind of shows like exactly the vibes of the campaign. It's just like, yeah, we gave it our all. And then you look at their work and it's just AI slop being like, black people love stealing from CVS. That was you giving your all? You should have done half measures then, you know? Like, what the But it's all this like, who cares? If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. What matters is we had fun. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have like people white knuckling through this goddamn process, fighting, knocking on doors every dang day of the week, canvassing every single day, Correction. Idris Elba loves stealing from CBS. Yes, that's true. I am Jewish, says Duty Boy. Cool. Mazel tov, chatter. Like, they just... I think I understand why Mike keeps saying Cuomo ran a good campaign now. Wait, Mike kept saying Cuomo ran a good campaign? He ran a dog shit-ass campaign. There's no way. Which Mike? Michael from Pennsylvania? There is no shot Michael from Pennsylvania said he ran a good campaign. No, he said the machine campaign was good in terms of turnout. It was still high as fuck for Cuomo. Yeah, dude, when you got... Dude, I think a lot of people fail to comprehend that the average voter hears the name Cuomo and doesn't think about it beyond that. Okay? And then also on top of that, they pumped so much. They paid so many canvassers to constantly send out flyers. Like, eventually you're going to reach a lot of people that way. Mike did say he ran a good campaign. He had numbers good enough to win in any other year. He said Cuomo was a strong candidate, not the campaign. Bro, can we grade on a curve with finance? Yeah, it is true that there's something very about the reality that we spoke about with Summerlee earlier, which is that at the end of the day, money speaks, okay? Because if you look at politics, if you look at the race in general on the basis of policy and who is going to do better for New Yorkers, Andrew Cuomo was dog shit. Like, he barely spoke on what he would even do for New York and just focused on the negative the entire time. The issue is money speaks. And he was still capable of earning endorsements, key endorsements from the Republicans in state politics and city politics to drive turnout alongside the unimaginable amount of ads. In a normal universe, Andrew Cuomo should get like 10 votes. Andrew Cuomo should have gotten less votes than Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa ran a better, had better messaging overall than Andrew Cuomo did. Curtis Sliwa seemed like he wanted to be in New York and wasn't just running because he was like, ugh, this is beneath me, but I should just be given this position, but I guess I'll run. That was the attitude from the Cuomo campaign. But it's very obvious that if you have unlimited funds, you can just pump it. And people are very malleable. But remember, it's still winnable. Okay? It's still winnable. And Zohran proved it. Yeah, Zohran was outspent 7-1. Cuomo had both party establishment behind him. I mean, some in the Democrats. But definitely the Republican establishment was behind him. Yes.
It happened.
I'll pray for you, Zohran, and I hope no one tries to hurt you. It was a wild way to begin this video. What the
Mr. Mamadani has won the mayor election. Listen, I'm not one of these people who's going to come on and cry or bash anyone. Democracy lives another day. And I know this might sound crazy, but the first thing I'm going to do is be a Jew. And as a Jew, I'm going to pray for Zohran. I'm going to pray for the safety of his family. And I really hope that no one tries to hurt him. And
what the is going on? Am I reading too much into this? Am I being crazy? In any other context, it would be fine to say that because sure, I agree, but the delivery is, bro, 30 seconds in, he just starts off the video with, hey, I'm praying for Zohran. I sure hope nobody hurts him.
We just continue to battle his ideas. And the war's not over. It's not game over. It's game on. He'll come in this winter, and we'll have to keep being loud and creative when he tries to do things we don't agree with. That's democracy.
It's just weird. Just a weird thing to be like, hey, Zohran, be real weird. I mean, would be real sad if something terrible, something horrifying were to happen to you, huh? Be a real shame if something were to happen to you and your family, Zohran.
Government.
Oh, wait, hold on.